On today's video, let's talk about the new development research tree in Heroic Anthem. This is the research tree that will require your crystals to level it up. And in this video, we're going to go over my thoughts on it, whether it's good, whether it's bad, go through the whole thing, see what kind of changed. And of course, one of the things that I think Lilith really screwed up with, and that is way out here, as you can now have 7 armies out dispatched if you max out the tree. We'll see how much that costs at some point. But for now, sit back, slap a like on the video, and let's go. Hey there, YouTube. Welcome back to Gekko Gaming. First and foremost, tomorrow on Tuesday, I believe it's a Tuesday, we're going to be streaming from the Jumper account, and we're going to do a craftage stream. I think we're going to craft all of the legendary, well, 4 at least legendary pieces for the cavalry rallies. We're also going to create an epic set of equipment. Hopefully we'll be able to get everything done, plus an accessory or 2 potentially. We'll see how the craftage works out. As we are now in Heroic Anthem, it's time to power up because KVK is upon us. We'll talk about my KVK as well with K2, what we expect, what's going on. It's a 1v3. It's going to be nuts. We're going to go over everything in tomorrow's stream, so make sure you're there. And the fight starts the next morning. That is right. Rising early on the Wednesday, we're going to go in and swing for the fences. I don't know yet what K2 is doing, so we'll stay tuned for that. And of course, I'll stream as much of it as I can. So let's get going with the research tree, which for the record, I'm a bit behind on. I'm definitely behind on a few things because of work, essentially. But thankfully, tomorrow is also my last day on this crazy project that I've been in. So time is going to be a little bit easier for me now. The new research tree is 1 instead of 2, which is a fantastic beginning because, quite frankly, the economy building, the economy tree wasn't that amazing. It was fairly frustrating and, quite frankly, very expensive for no real reason. So Lilith consolidated the 2 trees into 1, a development tree, which includes a mix of war buffs, growth buffs, and everything along the way. And so now, without even reaching Academy 16, you can get pretty far, but then you definitely need to get your crystal research level to 16 to keep progressing. We're working on the levels as we speak. I mean, I'm literally going to finish recording, go sit on the couch and continually scout like crazy, level up like crazy, speed up whatever we got to do, get our crystals up and running. So hopefully by tomorrow's stream, we'll be further ahead in this than we are right now. But the way they did it is a little bit more interesting because they mixed up things like a large camps, which allows more reinforcements to your city, while also having treaties would increase the number of crystals that you get when you finish a Bastion quest, and we can do that real quick. And cultural exchanges now in here, mixed in the matches as well. So they have mixed and matched their the tree. You can see that we go from kind of like the treaties, cultural exchange, barbarian reports, and first aid to then back into attack formation, skillful operator, plunder, and all that good stuff. So really, all of these are fairly accessible at a decently fast rate and not that many crystals, at least not for the economy ones, which was what we saw in the past. But you can definitely get some good levels without speeding. All of this I did not speed up yet a single thing. It just was helps and a couple of minutes worth of waiting. So far so good. But I'm half debating whether I like this or not. They have indeed made a few changes, including the fact that now you're not getting that many buffs out of these researches. Back in the day, it was like 10% and 30%, and now it's 5 and 10, which is really not that bad. Of course, then you go into level 3, and in here, well, 15%. So really, we went from 40% to about 30%, a 10% decrease on overall buffs. If we take a quick peek at Call to Arms 2, we can see that our army capacity remained at 35. So army capacity is still a thing. But really, the one thing that was a real blow was Expanded Formation 1 and Expanded Formation 2. This allows you to have more troops dispatched onto the open field. Because managing 5 wasn't hard enough, now you can manage 7. Now, on the one hand, you say, whoop-de-doo, we can send 7 marches out, which means 7 times the gathering, right? I like that. Gathering is important. Sure. But you forget that in the process, now you have 7 marches on the open field for the big whales. Now, personally, I cannot sustain 7 marches on the open field, but anyone 200 million power, easily can send 7 marches to the field without an issue, no matter what type it is. So now we went from having a very overpowered set of buffs for 5 marches to less powerful buffs. But guess what? 7 marches. So I don't know really how much this helped. It was like the carrot and the stick, like I always say. Yeah, you don't have 40% extra attack on cavalry, but now you have an extra cavalry set, which is only for those of you who are gonna max out this tree. And maxing out the tree is gonna get expensive. Right now, I've only bought the super value bundles, the ones that pop up when you level up, and we'll probably buy some mountain warfare ones. But in all reality, we also have the jumper, the big account going into KVK, like I think in the next couple days. And that one's going to be a week behind this one. So things are going to get very expensive really quickly. If you guys want me to push both these accounts as far as I can and war with them as much as I can on stream and all that, make sure you guys are smashing the like and subscribing down below. I want to see all of you out in the stream tomorrow, making and letting me know, you got to do this thing. I'm down to do it, but it's going to get a little expensive. And so I want to make sure that there's still interest in the Rise of Kingdoms community for that kind of content. Overall, the research tree is not terrible at all. It's a mix and match. And the only issue that I have with it is that you can really not get past this level unless you are a research crystal building level 16, and that can be a little bit of a pain to get to as someone who might not have that many crystals. Starting off with 1.5 mil or 1.2, I don't remember what it was, million crystals was great, but it went like that as soon as I started leveling up the workshop and doing some researches. All that went to hell, and so we are now picking up crystals again through buying the bundles, the pop-up bundles, and that's pretty much how we're sustaining right now, as we can keep opening these crystals up, so we make sure we know we have them available, because those don't come back later. And so now our move is as followed. We are still building up this building. I know I'm late, but I'm catching up. We can actually really quickly give this a little tap and go to the next level. I'm trying to catch up with time, and we'll get there. Leveling up the workshop, the crystal work, is almost a must. You really want to have as many crystals going at all time as humanly possible, as fast as possible. And for that, you really want to be leveling up this building. The cost of leveling up the building went dramatically down. Dramatically. When we started this Heroic Anthem last time, this was days. This was like, I think, 4 or 5 days worth of speed ups. And now upgrading the building is drastically cheaper. So that is really, really good to see. You're getting the same levels of crystals and the same levels of everything, but now it's not days to level to max it out. It's not months to max it out, but rather days. I believe, and I might be wrong here, it was about over 30 days to max out this building in the previous version of Heroic Anthem, and now it barely scratches, I believe, 10 or 12 days total, which is a huge decrease. So I'm liking what I'm seeing, and we're obviously speeding up as much as we can, so this cranks out as many of crystals as we can per hour, because we're going to need all of them. Our KVK is looking a little crazy, and hopefully we're going to have a lot of fun out of here. But the cool thing about this is that now that you're leveling up buildings and stuff like that, you get a ton of this spam, which is not that amazing, but I guess it's better than nothing. 57 of these like freebie rewards. Our resources might not look amazing to you, but I'm going to transfer tonight from the farm a bunch of the resources that we have there. So we're going to be ready not only to do a good crafting stream, because we're going to need a lot of gold, but also we're going to have enough resources available to war it out properly. I don't know whether I'll be able to lead any rallies whatsoever. I don't think that I'll have the research level tomorrow on Wednesday that is required to be like a tip of the spear rally leader. But nonetheless, we'll try, right? We're going to get our researches as far up as we can. We're going to get our Attila Takeda set up. We're going to get potentially better commanders set up before, well, not before that, but for the next round. But yeah, we're just now plowing through these researches, plowing through these buildings. Overall, I'm okay with this tree. I like that they decreased the cost of building, and I like that they decreased the cost of researches. I'm not a big fan of this. I think that they really imbalanced the game yet again by allowing the big boys to bring in potentially 800,000 tier 5s more than me into the field. So this is not going to be pretty. Hopefully, though, we have enough folks in K2 that have maxed out the research trees. But if there's more of them on the other side, I can tell you this is gonna be bloody. I'm Gekko. I'm out of here. I appreciate every one of you. Drop a like on this video. Subscribe down below. I know this was more of a casual video, kind of giving you my thoughts and rants about the costs of these and all that. Overall, very positives. There are some negatives always, but I think that Lilith are in the right direction with these trees. There might be more tweaking needed, but I honestly think we're going in the right path. I'm really looking forward to see how the war starts on Wednesday, and I need to talk to leadership to see what on earth we're doing. I need to go get that ancient ruins. Take care and have a good one. Peace.